Greetings, we are Team iGEM and CKU Tainan. I'm Joy, and I would like to thank you for listening to our podcast. Today, with much of our honor, we invite Professor Yi Yang to share his experience of studying and researching with us. We hope that all of you can learn a lot from him. Let's get started. Professor Yi Yang, please introduce yourself and your areas of specialization.
Hello, my name is Professor Yi Yang from the Department of Physics of National Technical University, and I am a high-energy physicist. I'm studying the properties of element particles and the fundamental interactions using particle colliders and detectors on the ground and on the International Space Station.
That's a clear introduction, thank you. And now, I have a question for you, Professor. After dedicating yourself to research for so many years, what is the most unforgettable obstacle that you have ever faced? How do you overcome it?
So one unforgettable experience, however I won't say it is an obstacle, that I can share with you is when we were building the radiator for the MS UTTPS project. So MS is a particle detector installed on the International Space Station, and the UTTPS is an external cooling system for MS. So at that time, the qualification model of UTTPS actually failed in the vibrational test. So everyone from NASA and MS thought that there must be something wrong in our manufacture processes. So we worked very, very hard and provided a lot of simulation and the test result to prove that there's nothing wrong from our side. And in the end, we actually figured it out that it is some defects from the design and test setup, not from us.
Wow, that must be very stressful. I'm so glad to hear you succeed in the end. Actually, almost all scientists and researchers more or less have faced some problems during their studies, but not all of them can proceed in completing their project. Since you are very experienced, what are your advices for a young researcher or scientist who is going through a rough patch?
So what I've learned from the previous experiences is that no one will speak for you except yourself. So you have to do whatever you can to accomplish the mission and do not expect someone will help you voluntarily. If you got some help from someone, then you are extremely lucky. However, if no one helps you, then that is just absolutely normal. So I guess my suggestion or advice would be stay positive and work for yourself.
Thank you, Professor. Stay positive and work for yourself. I believe many people will need these words. We are very grateful about your presence today. It's the end of our podcast, and iGEM and CKU Tainan would like to encourage everyone to stick to what you are doing right now, even though it's tiring and difficult. Goodbye. Thank you for joining our podcast.